Hello, a day with Caleb, and this video will be kind of a setup video. As you can see here, my old setup works fine for what it is, but these AVI ports, I have two of them kind of daisy chained together, and the connections, sometimes randomly the volume will cut out, or the picture will fade in and out. So down the road, obviously I'm going to hang on to them, and down the road maybe I can have two separate systems, one for gaming, one for movies, and that probably would work better. And I'm going to keep my other HDMI port. Actually, I need both of these, I think. We might get away with one. But I got these just to kind of upgrade, if you will, and this will allow every gaming system that has these to be on this system and not have to daisy chain. Because a couple that had the AVI, I think I had PS3 and Xbox, I was able to convert those to HDMI. But the older ones, GameCube, PS1, those type of ones are still on here. And then my Roku obviously is AVI. So this is a big daddy here. Hopefully we can figure it out. I'm pretty good tech savvy wise, but I'm not like the smartest out there, so I don't know every system, but trial and error, and we can get through it. I'm going to kind of go along the way and show you my thought processes and kind of put this together. The HDMI comes with a remote, so that is nice to be able to switch. If I'm playing like PS3, I can switch to my Blu-ray, or I can switch to my Switch, no pun intended, or maybe there was. And then this, obviously, they'll all be housed in one. This I don't believe has a remote, but it has the little analog switches. So let's dive in and set this system up. Before we get started, this is kind of what we're working with here. I do have them labeled. Hopefully that can show up. Each system, and then obviously daisy chain to the other system. Then we have to incorporate the Wii system as well. So I think I have enough. I think I have 4 right now. So this would be 5, and it's an 8 port, so we should have plenty of those. Then we come over here. This is the HDMI port here, and we're going to add, I believe, 2 more. So, or 1 more, I'm sorry. So there's 4. We have a 5 port, so that should work out great. You need a good solid AVI cord. We had one with those, but they were kind of short. So luckily we have a bunch of extra cords from previous systems and stuff. So we got one here. Let's plug it in and see if it works. This is what I was talking about. See, a pretty short cord, and these are not the best quality, so the cords are not high standard. See the difference there? These are pretty high quality compared to these. So we're going to plug this in to the out section and plug in all these cords here and line them up. We'll probably do like DVD first in one, then Roku, then we'll go on and on. I'll try and put the ones closer to the number that I use, like say 1 is the most used, 2, so on and so forth. So let's get the AVI set up, and then we'll figure out the HDMI setup next. We had our remotes here, got some paper. Some of y'all will laugh in the comments. Got my granny thing here. My granny does this with her remotes and stuff, but it is quite helpful to know what is where. So like 1, we press, it's DVD. 2, look on the list, it's Roku. 3, look on the list, that's Wii. And we did a pickups video on Wii just recently. Our neighbor gave us that. The GameCube and PS2. So they are all on here. And we have 3 more slots that we have not utilized. I don't know what else I would get with AVI, but we got it ready. And this is great. I love how you can just switch between them. And there is no volume issue. You might have heard the Wii. There is no bleeding, no mixing, no in and out. It is all self-contained. Now I will keep these like I said, but only in dire straight emergencies. And I had to reconfigure the cord here. This, I believe, goes to the switch. But look how big that brick is. I'm going to check it out and make sure, but I had to kind of reconfigure. Now that we have our beautiful AVI box, just look how gorgeous that is. And I've always wanted this, but thought they were too expensive. And that's what happens. You get what you pay for with these. They have served their purpose. Have had many years with these, but it was time for an upgrade. Now on to the HDMI, and again we'll test all those out, label them, make sure we're all good to go, but the AVI is ready to rock and roll. Same process for these. This is my old HDMI box with 4, and there was nothing wrong with it besides the fact that I needed 5. And this, of course, is the power cord. Got a new setup, so let's do the HDMI box and see how good it works. As you can see here, we got our label looking good, and number 1, of course, is the switch. Number 2 is PS3. Number 3 is the Blu-ray player. Number 4 is the Xbox 360. There it goes. And number 5 we have to decide on, because it's the Super Nintendo setup. But with the other, with this setup, it was in and out. We'll play around with it. Hopefully this one it plays with. That way we can leave our last HDMI slot. I have 2 in the back. The last HDMI slot for my computer when I want to hook it up and do some things with it. As you can see, it is working, so that is fantastic. The Super Nintendo on the other HDMI box, I don't know if it was the connection or the box itself, but you would be playing and it would just shut off. Not the Super Nintendo console, it would still be running, but the connection between the two would lose power. This little light, well, obviously not on now, but think of that light would go in and out on the Super Nintendo. So that is great news. Upgraded both systems, and both systems got out the glitches that I've been working with the past year or two. So that is great. Great news. Let me show you one more time the systems and the setup. The AVI setup, we have 5 things on there. You can add 3 more to this box. Beautiful box. And this doesn't have a remote. You just press it in and out. So that's great. Then we have the HDMI box with all 5 things on there, and again we have room now to do an HDMI cable and hook up my laptop whenever I want to do some work or watch some YouTube or whatever I want to do on my laptop. Now I have the capabilities to do so because I have one free HDMI port. So that was a unique video today. Go to Amazon, that's where I got these. I probably couldn't find the link to these specific ones, but if you have outdated equipment or equipment that's not to maybe the standard you want, or some stuff's messing up on it, don't be afraid to pull the trigger and upgrade. These were fantastic additions, and now I can play games, watch movies, do whatever I want at the switch of a button, literally. And the HDMI has this cool remote, so that's great. The other one had a little remote that would turn off, but it was hard to switch in between 1 through 5. But great news. Like, subscribe, share with a movie lover. Until next time, guys, upgrade that old equipment and keep collecting.